So, hi again to everyone. Today's session we have a couple of things to speak about, some topics here. First, I'd like to start with yesterday because we did something here, and when you go back here, we had a level here that was the high of the, I don't know, last week Tuesday, actually. And what we see here, I did that for you again. If I'm trading, I don't like to see the 5 minute next to the 15 minutes. I'd like more to focus on the 15 minutes itself. If you see, I have a windows with two charts. Both are again 15 minutes. Left side is zoom out, so I see the bigger picture here. And the right side I zoom in, so not to miss out the entry point here. So the right side is for the entry and the right side is for my target. Where can I put my target here maybe? But here for you, left side is 15 minutes and the right half of the chart is 5 minutes here. So now I see it's reaching that area here. Again, look what I tell you always. If we have a wick here and then you have a candle, it could be a huge one or maybe some smaller one to reach the top of the wick here. They could close a bit below that, a little bit above that, exactly there. It doesn't matter. It's the same actually. You see, after that we will have maybe probably a down. We will have an the trend will change actually. We had an uptrend here, and from here it will change now. So it would be possible to go just with the 15 minutes. I go here, put my stop loss somewhere here. It could have been possible, for example, see here. Let's say with the closing price, you would come in and put your stop loss, I don't know, somewhere here, and it would be okay. But in that case, since I have a level here, I would say maybe I see what's coming in the 15 minutes here. And if I zoom into the 15 minute here, I'm sorry, that was 15 minutes. That's a 5 minute chart here. What do we see here, guys? When we reach the top here, what we see here, you know that's your favorite one by now.
I took it today. I took it on gold today.
Okay, today we will come, but that's from yesterday. What do you see here?
3 bars.
Again, yeah, 3 bars. There are 3 candle patterns here. I see I have a liquidity sweep of that one here. Then the body here closes. It's actually a bearish one, needs to be a bearish one. Since it is a bearish pattern, we like to get the U-turn point actually. Okay, so and it closes here, and I can say it is almost a A++. It is a A+. Why? Not only we have the pattern here, which would be A and A grade, for example, if we have to give to that pattern, but it is also an engulfing one. And what a kind of engulfing? It engulfs both candles here, the first and the second one. And if we look close, it almost, we have a liquidity sweep of the liquidity sweep itself. So it's an almost A++ here. So with that here, get in with the closing price here. Stop loss could be above the candle here, above the close, that one here, somewhere here. Where could be targeting here? If I look here, the target, it's up to you. Where would you like to do that? To say maybe here it will stock somewhere here. That could be a target. Another target would have been maybe I would have put it exactly here where I had my pullback. Look here. So, and again, you have a 1 to 12 trade plus 12-hour trade here. It's that much easy here. If you miss something here, do not try to catch it. Do not please try to catch it here. If you say, oh man, I could have do something here, whatever, it's okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. And when you're in a trade, let him cook, as I always say. I had the trade myself today. I took a screenshot. Tony post in the channel video clip. It was funny. It was some people, he was trying to go along a position, but the position was going against him, and he said all the time, let him cook, and all the way it went up. So it was like the trade I took today, so I posted it. So that could have been a good trade. Only one trade. You don't need to have 2, 3, 4. Only one trade. Actually, you need one market with one product. Actually, if someone comes to me and says, okay, I know everyone has different ideas, different type of trading, but what would you encourage people to do? I would say future Nasdaq 100. That's it. Future Nasdaq 100. That's the only thing you need. Sometimes it bothers me if I come here and I trade couple things here. I'm trading Nasdaq, this one. I hate myself that I now trading not even 2. I'm trading 3 of them here. I have SpaceX, I have Tesla, and I have AMD. I hate it sometimes here. It's too much work for me here. It's easier to concentrate on one, but since that is going in my favor here and I'm doing good money here, I cannot let it go actually. But maybe I will do that in the future. But for the moment, it's still okay. That was from yesterday here. So now we will come to today's market. The first trade that I took here was that one here. As you see, that started at 8:15. That means at 8:30 p.m. it was finished. Okay. And in Germany, it was actually 2:30 a.m. in the morning. So I took that one here. Why that one? I was looking here. I said, okay, zoom out here. I remembered. I saw here. Okay, I had, and I looked here. I had the wick here. I had something here. The wick here. And I had something here when we go back from yesterday. At the beginning here, it was struggling here. And after the breakthrough, we didn't have any retest here. Not from the downside, not from the upper side, no retest here. So I still was holding to that one. And I saw that one here. And when I saw that, I said to myself, okay, what do I see here? I see it retest that one and get rejected. And it closed exactly where I had that one here. That was good enough for me from the 15-minute itself to say I will take a trade here. If I go to the 5-minute here, in the 5-minute it was that candle here. I was seeing that. It was like that. Okay. That's almost if you not, okay, the wick is a bit above that, but I will not look at it. That's actually a piercing. If the returning point, the piercing is the opposite of engulfing. If it's a smaller body in a bigger body, that's a piercing without confirmation. The confirmation would be like the 3-candle pattern here. So it will close above the wick here. That would be the confirmation. You can do that without the confirmation, but when it closed here, it was exactly here. So I said, okay, that's piercing. I see the rejection here. And now it comes. If you have 2 levels here, actually, okay, 2 breakouts here. And now you're thinking, could it get stuck there? Or if you're willing to take the risk here, I was looking here and I said, okay, I had the breakthrough here actually. Okay, when it came here through. And I see this one. And I had also a breakthrough here. So I have 2. Which one is the right one? You have to consider I was exactly at that position here. I got into the trade here, put, I don't know, somewhere here my stop loss, and I was thinking, or no, before I do that, it was the last 30 seconds here. I said, okay, I had a level here and I have a level here. Breakout, breakout. If I look here, I have no retest here. But after the breakout here, the wick of that candle almost tested that. Again, it tested actually, you can say. That's not a precise zone because you can put that actually here. Then it was actually retesting that. So it is more likely to come here now. That was the reason for me. I took a smaller actually trade here because I knew it will go there. Put stop loss, I think, here. And I went all the way near. I put it a bit below actually, a bit. Usually I took a bit below actually the breakout. Because again, that's a zone, not a precise level here. And that was a 1, 2, 4 trade. That's the bare minimum that I do. I do not do 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, 2, yes, or 1 to 1. No, the bare minimum for me is 1 to 4. That's the bare minimum for me. Otherwise, I will not take a trade here. The bare minimum for some people is 1 to 3. Used to be mine, but now it's 1 to 4 actually. And that was the first trade. After you seeing something like this here, when I was seeing that one, and I said, okay, what could that be actually? I said that here was the first leg. Now it comes the pullback, the pause that I like. Sometimes it is a pullback, sometimes it is a consolidation, sometimes it's a mixture of both, and then we go for the second leg. That was my idea when I saw here. If I zoom in, I can say that was the first leg, consolidation, second leg here, okay? If you refine it. But if you want to see the bigger picture here, to zoom out here, you say, okay, that's actually a small here. I want to see, after seeing that, I see a bigger picture here. That was the first leg. That's actually the consolidation. As you see, it almost, or it's actually more than half through the first leg here. After, when you have a pullback, or after that, that's a giant candle and it follows with a smaller candle. It could be a doji, or it could be something like, I don't know, hammer, or almost like a base candle here. A smaller candle here, any size, for example. Again, doji could be, it doesn't matter, whatever. Okay, that means, my apologies. My apologies again. If you have a huge candle here, then you have a smaller one here. That means that's the return point. Let me see if I can find something else here. Yes, you can, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Even if you like, I like actually to see a smaller one. Here, I have a huge candle here, then it comes a smaller one compared to the other, but again, I like to see a smaller one actually here. Okay, a smaller one. So that means that's a return point. In that case, we zoomed into the 5 minutes and tried to get the return point. Is there something else here? Why don't I have anything here? Because after the giant candle here, it was another candle here, and it was green actually. I couldn't do anything here. So you have to read it in the right context here. And especially it needs to be the opposite color actually. If it's the same color, maybe it could be a consolidation, something that we had here actually. If you look here, something that I had here. But go back here. When I was seeing that one here, then I saw here, I didn't see a 3 candle pattern actually. What I did actually, I said, okay, I put a limit order above the closing price here. Okay, it was actually above the wick here, I think I did. I do here. My stop loss is above the wick here. And what I was trying to target here was, again, where was it? Was it here? Yeah, exactly. It was here. I targeted that one here. Again, I did not go for the price level itself, a bit above it or a bit below that, regarding if you're going long or short or whatever. The reason is, if we go here, someone, hi Tony, if you look here, yes, I put it here, actually should be a little bit here, but I saw the rejection was here, the wick was here, I thought the closing was here, and the beginning of the next candle, the opening actually was here. So it's more precise to get out this trade here. And again, that trade here itself was 1 to 10 actually. Any question here, guys? And what was the reason? I was pretty sure it will go there if I see if you have more room to the left side here. And I saw, okay, first it comes here. The next logical thing, if there is a signal to the downside here, the next logical thing is to put it here. And after I saw, after that huge candle here, it reached that here, and I was sure, and I put my stop loss here. I think I put it here, 6, and I did not touch it again. then by now you should know my the way of trading. I don't want to say strategy, that's my way of trading. I do not like to bring it to break even. Again, I saw that many times. It comes down and I bring it to break even, takes me out here, and it will go down. So for me, I'm asking myself always to be break even or losing 50 bucks, 70 bucks. It's the same. But again, if I could catch something like that, it will make for all of them actually 70 bucks risking to make $2,500. So that's the reason for me to say I would encourage people. I know from a psychological point at the beginning it's a bit hard. Don't bring it to break even. Even bring it to a small loss, even 10 bucks, 5 bucks, but not break even. I've seen it so many times. It will come here, take you out, and will go. I showed you that last couple of weeks, 2 weeks actually. It was 5, 6 examples from the same day or the previous day. It was exactly like that. So here, now we come to the mistake that I did, and I cannot believe it actually, guys. Cannot believe it. Sorry, was still in drawing mode. So by reaching that zone here, it could have been also for you a good thing to do. So say, okay, I had a breakthrough here, and you see it get rejected here. Take that one and go all the way down. Try to go down. That's possible. I did not do that. The reason was because I got out of the trade here, and it was 2 good trades. I did $1,300, then $2,500. So that was good for me. Actually, there was no reason for me to rush to another trade here. So, but that could have been something to see if there is a return point to go all the way up. We had the 3 candle pattern here. You could have, for example, to take that one. But when you get stuck here, get out of the trade, because look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, even the 5th one didn't go through the 6th one actually. It took more than 1.5 hours to go through that zone here. So if I see something like this, it shows me rejection. It's almost like an evening star. You can see, okay, it's like an evening star. So the next thing is it will probably go down here. So if you're long here, I would encourage you to go out of the trade here. Look here, how many wicks here, how messy it is. I would not even encourage you to trade that from here to here, because I don't know what's happening. But if I see it get rejected, now you can see, okay, since it get rejected, I zoom out, I see, oh, there is nothing here. There is nothing here. You have so much room here. That's what Avi is talking about always. Don't see the smaller, see the bigger picture here. If you zoom in, you don't see anything here. You say, yeah, I have room here, but again, there is something. But if you zoom out here, say, I couldn't go through here. Then there is a pullback here. It gets rejected here. From here, you can get it and go all the way down. Now you have lots of free room here. You can easily say it go here, somewhere here, this zone actually. But the mistake that I did was this one, guys. I did actually two. I did actually two. I almost did a mistake here. I said, oh, a 3 candle pattern here. Good for me. I can go long here actually, but the problem is where it got rejected if you look here. Or you don't know what will happen if you go somewhere even here. It's too big here. If you see here, you will say, oh, that's not a good one. The next thing that happens, it was here. And that's the reason I say I don't want to have 5 minutes next to me. I don't know why, for some reason, I forgot that this is, I opened this version that I use for you. That was not the version that I have myself. 15 minutes and 15 minutes, zoom out and zoom in. And I was, yeah, it looks, what does it look like for you here? What does it look like here for you? You have two patterns here.
The 3-bar and the double bottom.
The double bottom, exactly. The picture that I'm showing always here goes down, top, top, and I was like, okay, we got it here. And I was like, we got it here. That's it. It will go now up. But I did a mistake here, and that's the reason you have to look also to the bigger picture, to the 15 minutes here. When that candle was built, so that one too. What do you see here, guys? Which pattern do you see here?
A 3-bar play to the downside.
Again, the 3 candle pattern again. Liquidity sweep, and that one is a bearish candle and close below that one. Which one do you think it's more now important? If you look at that, is that one more important or that one here, and why? There are 2 reasons why the left side is more important. And that was my mistake. I took a long position here and my stop loss got hit here. 300 or 300 something dollars. But it was okay. I already made, I don't know, 4.8 or something like that dollars, almost 5K. If I do 300, that's okay for me. Back in the days, I needed to work a whole month for that money here, so that's okay for me. Why was that actually an amateur for me? Mistake. Why shouldn't I do that? The reason is, first, there are 2 reasons here. The first one is we have the 15 minute here. If you have 2 patterns, one is in and they're opposite to each other. 15 minutes says go short and 5 minutes go long. The priority is always with the 15 minute here. The session that I do here is the magic of the 15-minute candles here, not the 5-minute candles here. Do you guys remember when Avi announced I will do the 10:30 a.m. session here? It's gonna be the 15-minute magic here, not the 5-minute magic here. So always go with the 15-minute here. That's the first reason. Why do you think the second reason is the 15-minute is more important here right now in that case? The first one is actually enough to go with the 15 minutes here. But why do you think is, again, the 15 minute? The 15 minutes says, hey, we need to go down. That one says, no, we need to go up here.
The trend is a downwards trend.
Again, what did I say? Exactly. Thank you. The trend is your friend. Be with the trend, not against it. And if you are with the trends, made the trend be with you actually. That's the reason. Don't trade against the trend. If you see something is coming all the way up, down, or all the way up, don't try to catch the returning point. Instead, wait for the pullback. What you see in the 15 minutes or 5 minutes, in that case, I would say look even more to the 5 minute here. If you see a 3 candle pattern or some 2 candle pattern or an exhaustion candle in the pullback, and try to catch it and to continue the trend with it. So, and hopefully the trend will be with you actually. That's the reason actually. If you look here, we have a downtrend here and we have lots of room here. So let's say you say, okay, where could have been, for example, if when we look here actually, where could have been maybe a good entry point? Maybe that one here. Again, you see a 3 candle pattern here, but they're next to each other. If you have 3 candle pattern, they look almost like consolidation, but you're in a downtrend. That's actually like a pullback. But if you like to go in here, please use the limit order here. As you see here, is not a clean one. You need to look closer actually. It's actually a sideways. Usually for the 3 candle, I like to see actually a U-turn actually. So something like this, for example, it goes down, then I have the 3 candle pattern here. You can try to catch it here, or if you put your pullback here and you don't get in, okay, wait for the next one. The next one, I see. The next one. Aha. If you reach that one here, you see, you go one up, that one, okay, now comes. Usually, again, if you have a huge candle, the next one is a smaller one, you can come in. Or you can come in maybe up with that one. But again, wait for the next one. I would encourage you. The reason for that is, if that one is not the opposite color, it may go up actually. How much up, I don't know, but it may go up. So after seeing that one here, you can say, for example, you can maybe say, okay, that one is too big. I put it, for example, half through. I told you, if I cannot make a decision, I say if I will come with the closing price, there is too much room in the pullback here. So I cannot risk it to do, I don't know, a stop loss from here to here. That would be $500, $600. I do usually somewhere max $300 to $400. Since I buy 10 contracts here, so $30 or $40 that's gonna be. If you multiply that by 10, that's gonna be 300, 400. But again, here I say, okay, that's a huge one. Maybe the pullback will not reach that one here, so I will do in the middle here. Especially if I see a wick here, then I say perfect. Stop loss somewhere here. And then I saw, okay, it got rejected here again, and it'd like to go down, and I'm trying to go down here. And if you have a bigger pullback here, look here. If you have a downtrend here, something here, how do you see? It comes all the way down, 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 smaller pullback. And if you have a bigger pullback here, something like that, you see, okay, it got rejected. Now you see pullback. It could be even more than that one to get somewhere here. It will come down and needs at least to break that one here. And you see, it did. When you go somewhere in here, what you did maybe, and you're looking for your exit, and you see, oh, now compared to the other two pullbacks, I had a bigger one here. It could be even bigger than that one to get even close to that one here. Your stop, your take profit should be somewhere here. And that would have been almost a 1 to 10 trade. Or again here, you see the 3 candle pattern here, or you see it here actually. Let's say you missed the opportunity to say, hey, wait a second, I did the 3 candle patterns here. Liquidity sweep here, and it's a bearish candle and closes below the wick here. You know what? I will get in here, put, I don't know, sorry, that's a huge stop loss. I don't know, put my stop loss somewhere there, for example, or even above that one. That would be okay too. Okay, and my take profit needs to be below that one. It will definitely close below that one here. Again, 1 to 4 trade. That's the bare minimum for me. I'm not always looking for 1 to 10. I see what would make sense here most of the time is somewhere between 1 to 5 and 1 to 8. Most of the time, truth to be told, 1 to 6 to 1 to 7. But instead of using 1 minute chart to get 2 times stopped out and another one, I do 1 trade, but one with success, and then I have a 1 to 7 trade, and that's okay for me. Good to know. Good to go. Any question here? Okay. Something that I wanted to tell you here. Usually, someone, I hope I'm pronouncing it correct, Azurai or Azurai? You're mute. Open your mic again. I cannot hear you. Can anyone hear her? Maybe if you go, okay, Tara cannot. If you go here on the 3 dots here, okay, that's in German language. You go to the settings, and if you go there, you then go to your microphone here, and you need to choose the other one maybe, okay? And that will probably fix. Try to do that. 3 dots, settings, microphone, click on it, and you will have probably 2 choices, and then you have to take the other one here. Try to speak, maybe we can hear you or not. I'm sorry, we cannot hear you. Maybe you can text your question here. Okay, try to sort it and come back. Okay. So anyone, any question here? Okay, I'd like to say something. Okay? Usually something like this, we see that if you remember during the New York session here. Someone told me, hey, wait a second, we had something like that. I don't know, where was it again here? Here, actually told me, here. Look here, we had something here. Okay, that doesn't count. I mean, when the new session begins. The dots that you see always here in blue, that's when the next session begins. For me in Germany, it's always the next day because the market is open. The futures market German time is open until 11 p.m. Then for 1 hour is closed. Then at 12 a.m. that means midnight, the new day is starting, opens the market. That means for me new day. But for people, especially for example in the United States and other countries, when that one is closing at 11 p.m., that would be for you in Eastern time 5 p.m. That one is opening at 6 p.m. actually. So we are looking at that one here. So that's actually the Australian market. Then we see here when the Asian market, and with Asian market I mean Japan or even the Chinese market open. Yes, we had, but you see it was struggling here. Okay. The real downfall actually started when the New York session opened. But now comes the clue here. If very seldom actually, rarely something like that happened before the US market opened. If the Asian market, London market, European market brings the price down, all the way down, as you see here in the 15 minute here. From here, from what was it, 457, it brought down here more than $1,000 actually here, 1,100. What do you think if the New York session opens and it will go all the way down? That's almost like an bankruptcy here, you can call it. So I traded, oh, it will come probably take me out here. I don't know, because I put a screenshot here. When I saw this one here, it was here actually. Usually when I use the market order, I wait for the candle to close actually. Maybe the last 1 or 2 seconds I will hit, for example, the bottom here if I'm not using the limit order. That one was here actually. It was 10 seconds left, 8 seconds left, and I started to come into the market. The New York session was open for 15 minutes, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that one started at 9:30, so it was built at 9:45. When I saw this one here, I said, okay, perfect. Okay, I think it took me out here on break even or with the small loss. That's okay for me. So when I saw this one here, I said, okay, I have the 3 candle pattern here. I have this liquidity sweep of the liquidity sweep. It got everything here. Now it got nearby here. It's engulfing all of them. That's a good one actually, and I got it here, but it closes here. So my stop loss was somewhere here, bigger than usual. It was, I think, $600, $700. I usually do not take that much. And my target, I saw, okay, now the New York needs to bring all that up here, okay, because otherwise that wouldn't make any sense. The world market will get, I don't know, it's like the whole world would get bankruptcy here. If that one goes down, New York goes down here, there is nothing anymore here. And I said, okay, and it's happening here. I don't know what's going on here. I can only hope maybe there was some news here, hope that it will go up or not, whatever. I took it here, and my target was here actually. And then I brought my stop loss to $70 in minus actually. That means it took me off with 70 or maybe a $100. That's okay for me, but my target was here 5K. That was actually, if you go with the $70, but the beginning it was a bigger, that was actually a huge one actually. So it did not work yet, but that's okay for me. You cannot win all of them actually. It's part of the game. You have to accept that here. Or maybe you can say also here in the 5 minutes here, someone says, I don't know, I don't see anything here, but look here. What do you see here? I see the 3 candle pattern here, and that's actually a good one. A good liquidity sweep here. And it's engulfing, but it engulfs both of the candles here. And I could say maybe I put it here, my limit order, put my stop loss above the level that I had here or above the closing price here also. And then trying to catch, I don't know, somewhere here. Could have maybe here. Put my sell, say okay, my stop loss is somewhere or here. Put above the week here. No, that's a bit too much here. Thanks. You're welcome, Ronak. Have a nice day. And then it's up to you. What would you like to do? You can say, okay, it will come retest here because I had sort of resistance here. It couldn't go through, or it will go and break the down of the day. For me personally, because I'm not sure it will go all the way down, I would have put my take profit here. That would be okay for me. It's a good 1 to 5 trade. That's okay. Okay, so we got a question here. Let me read it here. On the 3 candle pattern, if the 3rd candle doesn't close below the 2nd candle, but the next candle does close below, would it still take the three trades? Actually, no. Good question here. I have here one. You see, if I see something like this, no, I will not. And even that one closes below that one here, that's no longer from a 3 candle pattern. If you have something, for example, we had actually a couple times last time, it was almost like in 3 candle pattern. The body was big enough and the wick was not that much big, and it closes nearby here actually. Okay, try to imagine I had a candle here, started here, has a wick here, and closes nearby here. It would have maybe looked something like this. Okay, you can imagine what I'm talking here. It looks funny here, but you know what I'm talking about here. It closes nearby the wick here. You can say, okay, I almost count that as a 3, but the rules are rules actually. It has the reason. It needs to show the potential I need to go down. If not, you can say even, okay, if we show here actually, if I see something like this, it shows rejection actually. I'm not able to close below that. So it is not able to close below that zone here. So it needs to go up again maybe. And with the other one, it's too big. I cannot do anything. So no. But thanks for your question here. So any question here, guys? But be aware. Let me, okay, then, so what if there is a huge wick on the 2nd candle? Does that matter what the size it is? No, the size is not matter. The thing is what we like to see. For example, here, that's with the 15 minutes here. If you see here, we have a huge wick here. That shows for me even, for me here, that there is a good liquidity sweep here. And then here it shows it closes below that one here, and it is a healthy one actually. It almost engulfs both candle here, you can say. Even it opens here if a good one, but since it is too big here, I need to enter that trade with a pullback. For example, to say here, nearby here, between the closing here and the wick here, also somewhere here, for example. I will enter here and put my stop loss somewhere here. And now I'm trying to catch, for example, here, it couldn't go break through that area here. Or maybe you say it will go and break here. I'm not sure it will break that one here. As you see here, we had it. The reason I was taking that 3, as you see here again, that's actually almost like an that's actually, for me, at least it's a A++ setup here. Why do you think that's, again, it's an A++ setup here? We have the 3-candle pattern here. We know we have the liquidity sweep here, the second candle, the shadow is lower than the first one. We have the liquidity sweep here, since we are looking for a return into up movement. So it's going to be a bullish pattern here. The third candle needs to be bullish candle. In my case, it's white, not the green color here, and it needs to close above the wick here, and it is. So that's the 3-candle pattern here. But why this is an A++? 2 liquidity sweep. Exactly, that's what I wanted to hear. The first one is I need actually the liquidity sweep should be actually with the second candle here, that the second candle has a liquidity sweep. That means in that case needs to be lower actually, or the opposite if we are looking for the U-turn to come all the way down. So a bearish one, the second one needs to be higher as we had it before. But if I see here, okay, that one I have, but the third one is actually a liquidity sweep of the liquidity sweep itself. So that says to me there is nothing, anything there. They get everything here. Everything actually. And the third one, and on the second plus here, anyone an idea? The second one, why it is an A++ actually. If you see it, go in. I know it's the first 15 minutes here. It started at 9:30 actually, as you see it on the right side here in the 5 minute, and it was built by 9:45. It was the first 15 minutes. I like to wait the first 30 minutes at least, but that one was a really good one actually. What's the second reason here? Come on guys, you know that. Because it's an engulfing candle. It's not only closing above that, it swallows the previous candle here, and also the first one and that one here. So it shows me potential here. Almost the last 1 hour it swallows. So I got everything here. I'd like to go up. You can come with the market. You can put a small, actually, small pullback here, whatever you like here. So say, okay, I will get a here. My stop loss, I put it, I don't know, somewhere below the candle here, or maybe a bit below that. And my target, at least I know here what I had, for example, my pullback here, the one here, at least minimum here. And that's almost 1 to 8, or depending which stop loss would you prefer here. Okay, but again, I was hoping to reach that one here, so I made 3K here, but it got me out here because I got in here. But if you would have entered here, maybe you had even chance if it will not reach here, that position here. And that's the reason why I said I'm not sure it will leave here. If you short it from here, try to get out here. It's 1 to 4 trade, but that's okay. Get out. That's okay. So, any question here? Please be aware of something like this. Not to say, oh, I see a W here, for example, double bottom here. No, it will go. No, look to the bigger picture here. Ask yourself, for example. I did not actually. I learned something myself again. So, any question here? No question to the futures market. Then we will go to the stock market to look at AMD and here. When yesterday we reached until here, but when I saw that one here, I said, okay, let's see here. I had a wick here nearby. I had a level here. It got rejected. Come here, and the wick's getting smaller. But since I know AMD is very volatile here, I didn't want to risk too much here, but also not to let the opportunity go. What I did was here this. I put my limit order below the wick here. I'm sorry, it was not sell, it was of course buy. That was actually that was a piercing without confirmation. That one. it's piercing without confirmation. The confirmation looks exactly like the 3 candle pattern. I needed to close above it. Or if it's the return, actually the opposite, I need to close below it, actually. Below the wick here, I need to see it closes above. So that's okay for me here. And since I saw it struggling here, I said the target for me here was the high of the first 15 minutes here. So I put a stop loss of, what was this, 336 or something like that I put. And my target was here. And let him cook, as I always say. So after it reaches here, what I did was this, as I always do. I bring it to a small loss actually here. I said $42, that's it. Like the one, sometimes it returns and it will take you out, like the one here. It took me out here. Because when you go look at my, when you go to the channel trade screen and you will see I entered it here and brought my stop loss to a small loss, I think $72. It took me out. Even I was 3K in plus here, almost through to something, because I was trying to catch that one here. But that's okay. I accept that because I did here, I don't know, $5,000, so that was okay for me. It's part of the game. I accept that actually. So that was the trade that I took here. Truth to be told, here I took nothing here. I should have maybe taken that one here because I saw, okay, it got here, actually got rejected maybe, but I was maybe hoping, yo, welcome, see you tomorrow, Oliver I think was it, if I'm not mistaken. So okay, I was hoping maybe something comes close here, but it would have been also a good idea to start here, because now where I see that it got rejected here, actually here, that zone here got rejected. So that would have been actually a good idea to take a long position, but here it was nothing. And here, look here guys, when I saw this, actually I said, okay, it's not 3 candle pattern here, but okay, it could maybe come here somewhere, get rejected, and I can go down. And then it did not, and I see the 3 candle pattern here. And SpaceX is very volatile when it comes to the price. Actually, it's like AMD. That was the reason I put my entry here. I thought, okay, I put a pullback here, I put my entry here. My stop loss was somewhere here. And I said to myself, what I'm trying to get here, I said here, the bottom here. The next one should be the bottom here. It got here and it got rejected. It got here and it got rejected actually. So I'm trying to catch it here. I think I put it, I don't know, it was exactly 2 or a little bit above or low. But what I did here, again, it came and I say it was struggling here. When it started to struggle here, and I said, okay, maybe it could bounce, and it's like a U-turn here actually, like a wide U actually. So what I did is, okay, I bring it to a small loss actually here, $100 I think I put here. So, but it worked out actually for me. And if we come for today, you see a huge candle. Smaller candles are getting down. There is 2 possibilities here. You see huge candle, and again in the huge candle you have a wick here. It closes nearby here. Maybe here now we can say we can start a long position here. I'm not sure, even it could maybe go all the way down, but it could be like an, as we always talking about, repeatable pattern here, and it goes all the way up. So it is likely Usually I like to see it will get here, but I see a wick here. It got rejected. The next candle closes nearby here. The one is playing here, and I'm willing to take the risk here. Okay? Now when we look here, wick, no, it's getting down. Maybe to see if we have an here breakthrough, retest, take it here, for example. It could be something like this. First leg, pull back, second leg here. To take that one here. Okay, that one for the moment, but let him cook first, because you never know how it will end. Actually, at the end, it will go all the way down here, but it turns to a wick and will go up actually. But it could be also again come here. That's possible too. So here the breakthrough happens here. So if I see something like this, I'd like to see what will happen here. So from here I can make any decision to short it or to go long with it. Okay, it did not work here. It hit the stop loss. Okay, it's part of the game. The reason I usually like to wait here, but I saw here's the wick. It got rejected here. The next one is here, and even that one is playing here. And that's the reason why I always say we are only working with closing candle. If you do, let's say, if you work with that candle here, you see, okay, that one closes nearby here, got rejected. Okay, that's okay. But if then you did not make your decision here and waiting for the next candle here, do not start trading what I did here. Wait for the candle to close here. Okay? But the reason was, again, I saw the rejection here. But probably it'd like to come here, and from here I was thinking, okay, it went up, it comes here, and now it will go up. But no, probably not. It could be actually, I don't know. We have to see how it will behave. Come here. Now it reach here that area. It will go all the way up. That could be possible too. So, any question here? No one? Okay, that was for today. Thanks for attending. Wish you all a nice day. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you very much, Professor. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.